What is going on, guys? Grave here. Today I'd like to talk about the Arcanist class changes for update 46. I think the Arcanist is going to be pretty good in this next update. Not a lot of changes here. One that's a bit strange. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. And that strange one is going to be Fate Carver. They increased the cost of this ability and its morphs by 40%, which is a pretty big increase. But they also increased the damage of this ability and its morphs by 8%. It's kind of strange to me that they increased the cost, but also increased the damage, considering Fate Carver is so good of an ability, unless they're trying to, make up for that cost increase by making it a stronger ability to use, maybe different in a rotation than kind of how everyone has been using it as of late. Also, this ability can now hit a maximum of 6 targets rather than having no target cap. Now, this is one thing that I don't like. They also did this with a Templar. In the past video I made talking about the Templar changes, this is one thing that I really didn't like in it either. This was a thing we had in game a long time ago. Maximum of so many targets was around for a long time in ESO. So if you're a newer player, I personally do not like this. Reason being is, let's say you're using Fate Carver, you have more than 6 targets in front of you. You're killing those targets. Let's say they're all, you've gotten rid of all the targets there, but the ones that are still there that were maybe 7, 8, 9. Let's just say if there were 3 more targets there in front of you, you're hitting those, you're getting no damage numbers off of them. You're doing no damage whatsoever. It feels really weird and it looks really weird on screen to see some enemies taking damage and some not. And that is why Zos, a long time ago, after a lot of complaints in the community, even Zos saying they didn't like the idea of having that maximum target, maximum target hit there, they kind of got rid of that. And I think it's strange they've brought it back in this update. We'll kind of have to see where it goes from there. I'm hoping maybe that they'll make some changes to this either within the public test server, in the coming weeks, or maybe make a change to this in the end. We'll kind of have to wait and see. Splintered Secrets. This passive now increases offensive penetration per Herald Tome ability slotted by 620 and 1240, up from 495 and 991. Harnessed is going to get also a change. The passive now increases your weapon and spell damage by 142 and 284 when you are restoring magic and stamina instead of 2 and 5%. Curative rune forms. The Arcanist domain, the ability and its morphs, minor buff effects now properly adhere to the standard 6 target cap. So there's another thing that's going to be there with that 6 target cap. Destructive domain. The healing of this morph will now sort and apply the heal to the lowest targets in the area rather than having pretty much simply applying that to the first targets that are entered kind of that particular area. Healing Tides. This passive now increases the healing done per crux by 2 and 4%, up from 1 and 3%. Also, Clarity. This passive now restores both magic and stamina instead of just the highest of your max resources. Soldier of Apocrypha. The Ages of the Unseen. The passive now increases your armor by 16, 36, and 3271 while you have one of those abilities slotted. That's going to be up from 990 and 1980. And Wellspring of the Abyss. This passive now increases your health, magic, and stamina recovery by 40 and 81 for each of the Soldier of Apocrypha abilities slotted, down from 64 and 129. So there's a few changes here that were a few slight nerfs. Some, once again, they're just those changes from percentages to number-based, or number-based to percentages, for damage or for stamina or magic or health. But overall, like I said, I think the Arcanist class is going to come out pretty good in update 46, considering we're going to be able to add other classes in, or take some class lines out of the Arcanist and put them with other classes. I think everything here is pretty good, even if you want to run just a straight Arcanist class and not really mess with subclassing. I think the Arcanist is still going to be really good. The only thing that I'm kind of curious to see, like I said, is all of these abilities getting that max hit target thing going on. We can have those 6 maximum targets you can hit. I'm kind of curious to see how that'll work down the road. And also Fate Carver getting that big increase in the cost of 40%. It's going to be strange. Not really strange. It's going to be interesting and unique to try to figure out how to work Fate Carver into a rotation now that it's going to cost so much, considering stamina regen, magic regen, and things like that are a little bit more difficult in update 46. So leave me a comment with your thoughts. Let me know what you think. And of course, if you like the video, hit the like. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.